Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. Tim Fielder back with a Monday edition of Diesel Funk Dispatch, coming in live from Stone Mountain, Georgia. I was in Fayetteville, Georgia last week with my twin brother, staying out there with he and his wife, lovely wife, sister-in-law, Darrell, and my niece and nephew. My nephew is now taller than me. I'm almost 6'4", and he is got to be 6'5", which is pretty scary at the age of 16. I'm here in my parents' house in Stone Mountain, Georgia, helping to care for them. My dad is 91, and my mom will be 87 in the fall, and they are, have gone way past the expiration date of most black folks in the United States of America. So that's where we are, having fun here, getting a lot of work done, a lot of interesting work done, a lot of experimental work done, overdue on other projects, but I'm just trying to get as much work done as possible this week. And of course, the live streaming session is to show you guys what I do, but do it in such a way where I'm showcasing you how I come up with ideas. Let's see, I don't know if that's working there. Let's see if that's working. Okay. Yeah, showing you how I come up with ideas, how I iterate, how I go through my process, all the ugly stuff. That's why it's live, right? And to be able to do that, the diet has slipped a little bit here in Atlanta because my wife and I have a pretty controlled environment in New York. Down here, not so much. But here we go. All right, with that, we are now going to get started. And let's go try. There it is again. Always get me. Always get me. This thing is always getting me. Let's see here. That's because that is not connected. That is why. Oops. And there we go. This is what happens when you do this type of stuff. You start trying to do this stuff virtually when you are out of whack-a-dacka. For now, I think what we'll do is we'll leave that where it is. We'll see if we can get something going here in the next few minutes. I just have to allow my iPad to get charged here because this is where my other monitor is coming from, which is fine. I don't mind that. Let's get this right here adjusted. Okay, let's see. We got our stylus. And I think what we're going to do here, because we can, is maybe we'll start drawing a little bit. Oh, there it is. It's up now. Hang on one second. Hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Go here. Hang on one second. I think we might be ready to rock and rolleth. Rocketh and rolleth. Right there. Okay. Whoa. What is that? That's markers that just fell on the floor there, but that's okay. All right, we're going to do it right there. That's going to be a little weird. Little weird. Maybe there. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. So let's go here. We're going to do our airplay. We're going to go here, and I think we should be able to have everything going in just a moment. Hold on one second. I'm going to go to displays. There we go. All right, here we go, guys. iPad 4. Good. We can click here, and we're going to get this guy be extended mirror place, and bing. There we go. All right, great. We should be ready to rock and roll. And I'm sorry about this little screen here, but that's the best I can do right now. All right, now. So been playing around with a few features and with the AI world. Let me show you guys an update on what's happening with High John Conqueror. I think that'll be fun. But before I do that, let me check and see if my streams are going well. I do not know how my signal's going to hold here in Stone Mountain. It's a weird kind of thing here. All right. Live on Instagram seems to be going. Good. Black Ivy League. Ooh, who is that? Walter Grayson. Hello, Walter Grayson. How are you doing, sir? So good to see you. I'm still alive, man. I'm still alive. So we got Kick. Kick is going. Kick is going. Ooh, someone from Explicit Compositions 3149 has sent out a notice. Ooh, what is going on there? All right, we got Twitch. Twitch is rocking. LinkedIn. Hello, Link. Good day to you, LinkedIners. How you guys doing? And YouTube is on Diesel Funk Dispatch as well as the Diesel Funk streaming. It all seems to be going. Okay, that's good. So I think we can live with that. I'm going to shift this over a bit here so I can see what in the heckaroni is going on. All right, we're going to try here. Facebook is rocking. Facebook is rocking, man. Rocking, roller. All right, good. Shining. Me? Shining? I am not shining, sir. I am unshaven. I am one of the unshaven, unwashed masses. Okay, so here we go. This is New York Comic Con week. There are 3 objectives that I have set up for me. I was hoping to get it. I did get a lot of work done, but I haven't finished anything. So this week will be about doing 3 things. 1, finishing up High John Conqueror to premiere this week during New York Comic Con, if I can make it work. 2, getting the first 2 pages of the graphic history of hip hop in so Joe Smith can calm down and not want to kill me next time he sees me. This is the editor for the Department of Ed, New York Civics Comics for All group for New York City Department of Education. And 3, to prep, I think, Maddie's Rocket to start going up 5 days weekly. I think 5 days weekly. We will see. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But I want to launch, I think, which is basically for Maddie's Rocket Book 1, which a lot of people haven't seen. I think that'll be good. Hello, Fedora Chronicles. How you doing? Love your work, Tony. I think it's Tony. Is that Tony? Could be Tony. I don't know. Anyway, so we got that, and also High John Conqueror. All right, so let's go here. Now, I am a visual Afrofuturist. I'm always trying to innovate, right? So let me show you this. So we're going to go here to Bridge. And Bridge is the asset manager for Adobe, right? I would have, just to let you guys know, I would have streamed on Thursday and Friday, but my parents, they require a certain level of attention. Now they're used to the new routine. In fact, my second oldest brother took my mom and dad out to their medical appointments, so they should be good. Let's see here. It is now 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for you folks that give a damn about that kind of thing. All right, so we're going to go here to High John Conqueror. Let's go to, oh man, there it is, High John Conqueror. Okay, here we go. Now, High John Conqueror, the way I've been working, as you guys can see here, I have done years of design work on this thing. I mean, years and years and years and years and years. It's pretty freaking ridiculous how much time I have spent on this. But what I'm doing now is I want to experiment, and I'll explain to you what I mean. I want to experiment on playing around with different formats. I'll explain to you what I mean. So right now, the way it's set up, comics come in 3 forms. They come in, 4 forms. Floppies, right, which is, I wouldn't say a dying medium, but I would say a very troubled format, primarily because the distribution is so screwed up, and it's been screwed up for so long within a crucially important time that I don't know if it will ever be what it once was, right? So the idea of going by a neighborhood comic book shop is becoming dicier by the day, right? Because, You can't get your books from Diamond because Diamond's declared bankruptcy. That's a whole other thing. I won't even get into all of it. So that's one. Two, the kind of webtoons format is a new thing. Disney purchased 2% of webtoons, and they have announced, as I've said this before in my other streams, 35,000 comics from Marvel, Disney, and Lucasfilm will now be loaded on the webtoons format. So that means that company, along with DC, has partnered with Global Comics, another kind of webtoons thing. They've gone all in the virtual environment, right? So what does that mean? That means that these companies, although there's the print component of their business, when you buy 2% of a company, that means that you are making an aggressive move towards having a virtual kind of infinite format variant of your comics. So I think if you are a player in this field, it probably pays not to disregard that. It does. It pays to be able to do that. So that's a third format. Now then, a fourth format is on social media comics. Things like I'll go here. This will be good here. Let's see here. I just got a note. Hoping my audio isn't screwed up. Well, it looks like we're pretty good here. Okay, I think we're good. This is for you guys who saw the screen there. My twin brother and I have an ongoing conversation because what's starting to happen is I have just begun to use this program called Toonie. And Toonie I'm using with Hi John. So I'll explain to you what I mean by that. Hi John is a comic that blends the worlds of Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter series of Princess of Mars, to elements of Tarzan, but not so much Tarzan, but definitely John Carter. H.P. Lovecraft, who was one racist jerk, but he was, creator of horror, one of the creators of it, And then the world of Robert E. Howard, Conan the Barbarian. So I wanted to mix these things together, but of course, as a visual Afrofuturist, turn them on its head. So this is where I created all these things like this. This is all from Hi John here. And I had actually done this years before, but it wasn't entirely certain of what I was doing. But it was a good experiment. But as I've shown you guys before, I'd done a lot of different things. So I decided to restart it. But this time I would restart it for the web. Now, we're going to go here. Let's go here to Instagram. Yes, this will be good here. I will pull this over. So if I go here and I want to go to Strange Planet. Here it is. Where is he? Nathan Powell, Strange Planet. All right, so this is 6.2 million followers. Nathan W. Powell basically created this comic. And this is what it is. And they basically just are focused on telling comic stories through the web. Not through a devoted website. I'm sure there's an aspect of that. But their primary focus is on social media. Meaning, where are all the readers? All the readers are on social. They're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. That's where they are. So I've been thinking to myself, well, damn, if that's where they are, then maybe I should repurpose what I'm doing towards that. Sure, I want a website that'll hold the stuff, but ultimately, I don't want my readers to have to work that hard to get to my content. So this is just one of the more successful of social media comics out there, and I think it's interesting to see. So here's the idea. I would take this, and I showed you guys this last week, but I'll just go through it again here. Go through it again here, man. So we had this. Well, it starts with this, right? Then it goes here. Then it goes here. Then it goes here. Then here. And it keeps going, although I'm probably going to change this a little bit here. And again, I want to launch this thing this week. If I don't feel comfortable with launching this week, I will wait. I'm not going to put myself with only so much pressure on this. All right. So we did that, and I decided to cut this particular page here in half. I'll explain to you what I mean. So, and I'll also show you a little bit of the other stuff that I'm doing here as well. Let's go here to right here. Okay, these are some of the panels, right? And the way these things are set up here, these are the comic book panels that are on this. So for example, here, this panel here in the middle, that panel is this panel. Got it? However, let's go to DaVinci Resolve. And you will see here, the idea is this. I will produce a 1 minute short, 3 to 5 days a week. The idea being the following. I will do the first 30 seconds will show how the panel is built. And then the second part, the 30 seconds after that, will show the finished part with the narration and dialogue. So in this case here, check it out. This is how it starts here. Let's go here, make this as big as possible. I don't know if it's going to show as well as I would like, but that's okay. You guys can bend with me. So this is the first panel of Hi John. Let me make sure I get that right so we can see that. I'm going to minimize this here a little bit. Here we go. All right, so that's episode 1, right? Episode 2 would be this. And we just get through the title sequences, which I know, Mark Florestan, I have to do titles. So wait, man. Chapter 1, Portales Sanctorum. All right, so that's episode 2. Let's zoom out here a little bit so you guys can see it. I'm not so, well, we'll see what's happening here. And there's some things I got to change here because right now, the dialogue is not in place. You'll see what happens here. All right, so this episode, the sequencing is done, right? I'm good with the sequencing. The issue is that there's dialogue in the first panel. Again, the first panel painted looks like this. This is the work in progress. That there is the actual rough for this particular panel, right? So it starts off with this, it goes there, then it ends with that right there. But I need the dialogue to come in, right? So I need the dialogue to come in about halfway, right? And I'll show you how that's going to go. Now, if I go here and I go back to Photoshop, we go with this one right here. This is that panel. What I've got to do now is do the lettering to this. So what I'm going to do, the first lettering I want here, I'm going to go to my HighJohn folder. Blah, 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 blah. HighJohn. Oh, that's probably up here. Hang on one second there. Maybe, maybe not. No, we'll go here. I'm going to type in the word HighJohn. There we go. All right. So, not terrible, but we do need to work a little bit of the stuff out here. Let's just go here. All right. Okay. All right. So, so what I'll do here is I'll do this, and I could easily draw this in a panel, but I think I'm going to do my lettering in Photoshop here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. We're going to pick this, and I'm going to type this out here. I'm going to say, hang on, and we will get this. All righty. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a new thing here. All right, now you might ask, well, what is he doing here? Watch this. Hi. Oops. And yes, I do realize I'm showing you guys how the sausage is made, but that's okay. I don't mind showing you how the sausage is made. So we're going to HighJohn. Hold on. Let me see one thing here. I think, let's move this over here just a smidgen. Okay. Okay, LinkedIners, how you guys doing? I think we're good here. I think we're good. Live stream is going well. Wow. Don't knock on wood. It appears that the live stream is maybe holding, because I didn't know how the signal was going to work here. But hey, this is good. Good stuff. All right. Anyway, so we're going to go HighJohn lettering, right? We're going to say 1, darkness, sparks, the night. Okay, now watch this. Then number 2 will be, and this is where we will go to our other thing here. Let's see here. Let's go back to, I think we can. Hold on one second here. So lots of stuff that I'm doing here right there. So I'm going to double click on this and open that up so we can keep that to the side. And we'll go back here. There we go. And we're going to double click there so I can move this right here out of the way. We don't need that one to be visible. But what we will do is we will take this here and we will go here. So I am now taking prompts from the dialogue that I wrote before, and I'm moving it and transforming it into dialogue. So HighJohn, a 25-year-old Union Army corporal, finds himself in an alien world. He has just explosively arrived in a bolt of energy. Ah, watch this. Suddenly. Now, why am I writing this story this way? I'm using this kind of archaic kind of 1940s, 1950s, 1960s dialogue because I want this to feel like a pulp book. I'm not trying to make it, I'm not trying to do, I want something that feels retro, right? I want it to feel like a EC comic, right? Okay, and then three. Okay, there we go. Now, that's corny, and I can elect to change it later on. So here's what we're gonna do. Start with darkness sparks the night. Watch this. So I want to very quickly see if I can go to my Prince Valiant folder. Prince Valiant. And I have a, not Price, man, Prince. Prince Valiant. There we go. And I should have my Prince Valiant folder here. There we go. Gonna drag and drop this guy right here in Bridge. Hmm. Oh boy. All right, let's go back here. What we want to do, because I do have a folder specifically devoted to Prince Valiant. And I decided to do that because it was important to me. Okay, that's a call from my buddy there. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's go here. Whoops. I'm going to try again, do a search to do a search. And this one will be Prince Valiant. All right, let's go Prince Valiant. Try it one more time here. All right, let's go here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag right there, maybe, if I can. That is not working, but I will check here. So this will be good because I think this will be helpful here. So if we look at this, we can see what's happening. Whoops. See what's happening, how the lettering is laid in there? That's what I want. I want that. That's the look I want. Now, some of it can be, how would I say? Some of it can be, and this is Tom Yates and Mark Schultz and stuff, which is great. But obviously, what I'm trying to do is to do something that will hold, it'll harken to the kind of Prince Valiant feel, but I want it to look and feel different. Let's go back here again and try to pull up. All right, there we go. See, that's cool how the lettering is embedded in the actual illustration. And of course, they have here, this right here is also Tom Yates and Mark Schultz, Mark Schultz of Xenozoic Tales, who I love his work. But I want to see Hal Foster self. So let me go here. Let's go back. Let's go. Let's keep moving over. Keep moving over. Let's click right here. Okay. So these things here show these books. So this is pretty good, but I want to just, again, we'll figure it out, but I just want to be able to tell the story and do it in such a way where it harkens to the old, but it is a new story. It's a re-envisioning of old concepts. And yes, I'm a retro Afrofuturist guy. I don't mind doing that. All right, so here we go. So we're going to take a white lettering here. Now, I could, if I wanted to, I could put in a box lettering, but I think what I want to do is this. I'm going to go lettering here, click here, and we're going to go with B. There we go. Whoops, wrong thing. Did not mean to do that. Mistake I made. Watch this. I'm going to get rid of this. Yes. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here, and we are going to hit right here. We're going to drag right there, and then we're going to go Command V. Darkness sparks the night, right? But we don't like that lettering. That lettering is interesting, but that's not what we're looking for with this. We are not looking for that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that one. We're going to double click here. Now we're going to try to find a lettering style that kinds of works. That is interesting, but no, we need something that that is kind of handwritten, but still has some funk to it. So let's go through this. No, 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 no. Hang on. We're toggling through it. Ooh, what's that? Nope. Interesting. What's this? No. Ah, that's interesting. I think this is a little bit too hard to read, though. Although I love this, I think it's a little bit too hard to read. And we want something that's gonna, like this was a light lettering I had done before, which was a kind of a chalk dusk, but I didn't think it worked. Now I don't think I want to go back to that. This is the chunk 5 that I had when I first started. Oh, what's that? Ah, Comic Sans. Got to stay away from Comic Sans. Everybody has issues with Comic Sans. Let's keep going. Whoa, that's interesting. But this is the kind of creepy crawlers font. We'll find something though. We're going to keep toggling through till we find something that works. Oh, Crime Fighter. That's interesting. What do you think? Would Crime Fighter work? I don't know. We'll consider that. We'll consider Crime Fighter. I like the handwritten nature of it, but and I could just do it myself. But, oh, what's that? Fulton's Head. Ah, that's the font I use for Maddie. Psh, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because we want something. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's Halloween. We don't want anything that's horror. Even though it has a kind of an interesting flavor to it. But no, we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to do a Halloween font. For other stuff, yes, but for this right here, no. No. Ooh, what's that? Nope. That's interesting. What is that? That is that's Kensington. Kensington. Attack of the Robots. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Kids story demo. That's interesting as well. Wow. Nope. Kitty. Kids drawing. Kids note. I'd used that before. Nope. Interesting. Like I said, there are all kinds of fonts out there that can be used. Let's keep going. We're going to get through it. Oh, what's that? Nope. It's off. I want something that's kind of like handwritten, but kind of. See, this is right on the border. It's too much, but something like that. That's like done with a calligraphy pen. Let's see here. All right, let me check here. Let me check my. It is now 5:26 Eastern Standard Time. Twitch is going well. Hey, homie, I check your video. Seems like you're not in Kick yet, affiliated, man, and you're still trying to pick me up there, man. It's crazy. We got, let's see here. We have Facebook is going okay. Substack. How I learned how to deal with Substack. By the way, I apparently located someone who has a TikTok beta for the Mac, but I don't know how legit it is. So for right now, I'm gonna have to do a little. I thought about trying to start it up before winning this, but I said, you know what? Let me hold on that because I don't want to load any kind of foreign software on what I'm doing here right now at the moment. But let's see here. Let's do a refresh on this. Do a refresh on this, baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're good. We're still rocking and rolling. All right, so let's go back here. Double click. All right, this is New Kansas. That's interesting. Darkness. Ah, what is that? Noteworthy. Yeah, it's too typical. I need something that looks kind of classic. And they have all these nodal signs. These are a lot of Japanese fonts, but they apparently are interesting. And it might mean that I need to go online and buy a kind of a or download a font that would work good for this. Let's go here. What does it say here? Okay. I think we're going to go here. There we go. And we will add this in here. And I'm going to go to classical handwritten fonts. Now, this is interesting here. Interesting. Ah, look at this. Free classic handwritten fonts. This is interesting. See, sometimes a little bit too stylish is too much. Ocean Trace. That is interesting. Let's download that guy there. Okay. Ocean Trace. Palisade Regular. That's too much. So we want it to feel kind of stylish but legible. No, we do have some of the title kind of fonts, but I'm just going through this here. The Bredan. Bredan? The Bredan? I don't know. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Hang on, we getting there. See, some of this stuff is, it looks great, but it's just, you can't read it. Or let me say, it's not, if we're going to use something that's going to be handwritten, it has to be legible pretty quickly, pretty easily. Umbilism Spark. That's interesting, still too rough. Let's see, let's keep going. I'm going to find something. I have faith that we will find Lost Late Regular. That's interesting. Let's download that. Finger line, no. Negcomis Serif Aesthetic. Interesting. Nope. I'm going to pick one or two more out, and if I don't see anything that can go more, Nayotes Regular. I don't know why. Well, that's for money. No, we want a free font. Hang on. Had a great weekend where I was with at the Decatur Book Festival. Wow, at the Decatur Book Festival, I got this signed, which was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Let's go here to my tiki. Got this here, signed by the great Susanna Morris. I drew a portrait and she left me handwritten note, which is very kind of her to do. She didn't have to do that. I'm very moved to have been included in this book. Even, just the name mentioned just brought me to tears. I'm so thankful for what she did. She didn't have to do that. But it has actually solidified my resolution, my resoluteness in making sure that I had to ask myself, what is it that I want? What do I want? And what I want to be known for telling Afrofuturist stories. That's what I want. But what has occurred to me is that it's more difficult than ever to tell Afrofuturist stories if you concentrate on the traditional format. Oh, we got to go through the process of printing books. Oh, we have to lay the book out. Seems to me that if you just simply upload your stuff to social, as I'm saying, and you do it as often, 5 days a week, just like I do the live streaming, then it is possible, very, very possible, to, you know, do some pretty amazing things. And I think that's the direction that I want to go in here. What is this here? That is Jungle Queen demo. Let me download that. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think that's interesting. So yeah, so I was at the Decatur Book Festival. I saw a lot of interesting books that were sold, interesting talks, and actually walked around a bit, ate some awesome food, and got back in, dealt with my parents over the weekend, did a bunch of research work, and now we are back here working on October 6th. I will be in um, Georgia to the 22nd. Then I'll be making my way back there because I got work to do. I just so you guys know, I will not be at the New York Comic Con. This is the first year I've been by the New York Comic Con in a while. I didn't really put myself out there to get on any panels or things like that. I just felt like I got other stuff. I couldn't get myself correctly situated, and family first. I had to help take care of my mom and dad, so that becomes before everything else. And it had been a while since I had been down here. I saw them when they were out in LA, but I really needed to be here for this. All right, I think we are getting a little weird here with some of the writing. The fonts, I think we probably can live with the fonts we have. That's interesting. NCL Rocket, no. I think it's the E's that disturbed me. So let's go here a little bit more. I think we're good. I think we're good. Because again, this stuff has to be read legible from a distance. And I don't know if the fonts I got are that way, but as close as we can make it. Keep going. Oh, Kika. That's interesting. We'll keep going. All right, we're going to take it to 30. If I don't see anything by 30, then we will say we have done all we can do. All I'm willing to do, I should say. Polka Dot Palooza regular. Still a little bit off there. Okay, enough of that. So we're going to close this up here. I will now go to my brother, my twin brother, sending me. He's sending me music. Now, you might say, okay, what is it about this music that I'm doing now, right? Because I played you guys music with the thing that occurred before, but what happened was that music is all music that was generated by our good friend AI. And I'll explain to you how that works in just a moment. But one of the things we want to look at here. There. Okay, close that off there. All right, here's where we go. Here where we go, baby. All right, we're going to go to date added. All right, we're just going through here. And I just want to try to find the fonts I just downloaded and install them. And then I think we'll be good. Yesterday we need today. Whoa, what's that? Nope. Okay, here we go. So these three guys here, we go here, we're gonna right click, we're gonna open, and those should be folders. Yep, there they go right there. And double click on this one, those three, okay, that's good. We're gonna go here, we're gonna select that, we're gonna right click over this and go open with font book, and it should give us the prompt that should allow us to install. Now this font might work, it might work. What is that? That is called Lost Late. We remember Lost Late. Here we got Ocean Trace. Right click over that, open with font book again. Install. That might be a little bit too stylish, but we'll play it by ear, right? Okay, and then we have the third one here, which is Jungle Queen Demo Regular. I don't know, I lost my mind when I chose that one, but we're going to see what it can do. We're going to see what it can do. It might work. It might work. We'll see. All right, so we got that. It's a calligraphy font. Jungle Queen Demo. So here we go. I'm going to select here. We're going to go to Jungle Queen Demo. Doggone it. It's a demo. Man, and they got all that stuff on there. Don't you hate that? And that looked pretty good too. Jungle Queen Demo font. Let's see what's happening here. Free for personal use. Well, how does that work? All right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. This is something called calligraphy fonts. Because again, I want HighJun to have that kind of stylish kind of, oh, that's why. I'm not paying that amount for this stuff. Even though, I gotta say, that looks incredible. It really does look incredible. Right now, I'm going to hold for the moment. I'm going to hold for the moment. Maybe I can always elect to revisit that. But that's not terrible. Not terrible at all. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to try the other ones here. So we had Lost Late. Let's try Lost Late. Lost Late. Oops, got a space. There it is. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Look at that. Wow. Wowie Kazowie. Interesting. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Well, yeah. Look at that. Now, see, that looks good. I can live with that. See? I can live with that. Now, here's the catch, though. If we right-click over that, right now it's set to a regular. What happens? Oh, what happens if we go to a font italic? I like that. That is hot. I like it. I like it a lot. Darkness sparks the night. But, you know, maybe too much. There's something about that. Darkness sparks the night. What do you guys think? Is that hip? I think it looks pretty hip there, frankly. Let's go here. Facebook, we're good. Kick, good. All righty. LinkedIn, hello LinkedIners. YouTubers, how you guys doing? YouTubers. All right, we've been going for about 52 minutes. Darkness sparks the night. Now watch this. We're gonna go here. I don't know if this is gonna work here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do is this. Zoom in here. You guys should be able to see my desktop. I think you can see my desktop here. Yes, you can see my desktop. Now let's go up here. Now let's try one thing that I want to see if this works. I want to take I'm gonna go, whoops. Okay, darkness. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna move this to, see, that I can dig. See, I had that is very beautiful. That is amazing. Look at that. Right? So I can do this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. So what happens is, go here, right? Right there. Let's zoom out here a little bit. So that's that image. Darkness sparks the night. In fact, I can just, there we go. See? Darkness sparks the night. That's hot. I love that. All right? Now, there are two different things we could do. We could do this. We could double click over this. Right? And now we can see what happens if we give this an outer glow. Oh, very, very interesting. And I like the kind of blue there. Let's zoom in on that. Ha! Darkness sparks the night. Now I could change the color on that. Let's see if we change the color. Right now it's set to a blue, but what if we change it to a kind of a dark yellow? Yeah. So you could barely see it, right? See, that's interesting. But then again, I got to say that blue kind of works better. That blue definitely works better. Let's go here. All right. Darkness sparks the night. See, that's good. I like that. Now, watch this. So I'm going to save this as, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. Let's cancel this. Oh, well, it is saved as a, we're going to call this panel 02 lettering. Lettering. Good. By the way, I am not the greatest letterer in the world. Anyone tries to suggest that I am the greatest letterer in the world, don't believe them. They're lying. I am horrible at it. However, what we are going to do now is we're going to do this. I'm going to do export as a JPEG. And we will do panel 20 lettering, right? Because we want, that's the one with the lettering, right? And watch what happens now when we go back to DaVinci Resolve. So remember this scene here? Sorry about the audio is messing up. I got a bunch of different programs open there. Let me close Fontbook. I'm going to close Discord. I think I might start trying to see if I can stream on Discord fairly soon. I think it's something that I want to do. I think it is something that I want to do. Hey, by the way, something I should show you guys that's been pretty interesting. You know, I've been working for a while now on my memoirs, Black Metropolis. And I've been working really hard on it, trying to get it done together and going back and forth with considering bringing on board designers who I love. Particularly one of them is one of my best friends in life. But thing is, I just didn't have the funds to pay him. And you know, and even though, you know, he would have hooked me up anyway, I just kind of don't have that money, right? But the work still has to be done. So I started playing around a little bit with Adobe Express the other day. And Adobe Express is great if used in conjunction with Chat GPT. I can't believe it. Well, I tried to use it with Chat GPT. It seemed to work out better with Manus. I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. I'm going to go here. There we go. All right, so this is Manus. Is that Manus? No, it's Chat GPT. Where's Manus? Here's Manus. And Manus would lay everything out for me. So I basically told it what to do, which is very cool. It laid everything out for me, right? With bleeds and all of that kind of stuff. And it can't output as a PSD, as a Photoshop file. However, if you basically tell it what to do, so for example, in this case here, let's go here and close that down there. So if you look here, I imported the copy, right? That's the copy. Along with, I uploaded the photo that I was me when I was young, right? Which means that was God, 55 years ago, maybe, which is insane, right? And it uploaded the fonts, everything, and it gave me back a basic PDF that was layered. With that, I could import that into this program, Adobe Express. And Adobe Express is quite incredible because it allows you to be able to do basic breakdowns. This right here is a double page spread, right? So the half of my face here is the left side of the image, and the half on the right is the right side of the page. And this is the contents page. This is chapter 1. So you see how that's laying in there? It's right here. So I was able to create graphics in Photoshop and import those things over. So my goal is to try to do anywhere from 2 to 4 pages a day. So I'm working 2 double page spreads at a time. So I can either do 1 or 2 per day. And I work pretty long time over the weekend. So I got about 6 of them done. So today is not as, I'm not as pressurized on doing it. However, I will go here. Let's see here if I can go back to this. There we go. So I think this is the one here I'm looking for. Nope. And close that. There we go. All right, so these are all these different things here I have going. You know what? Let me add these as pages. Yes. I don't, someone is calling me from Moss Beach, California. I don't know who that is. We're not going to worry about it for right now. Okay, we're going to go here. Now, check it out. So we got inside, front. We want to import all these guys here. Here, here, here. I think I'll import these 2 here. They might already be there, but it's okay. I can rename them as we go on. And we're going to import. Oh, these are all of them. Wow. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to say this is the first one. We're going to delete this one here because we don't need this one. We're going to delete this. We're going to make this right here 1. So I'm now able to do double page spreads in sequence. The thing was, the reason why I decided to move to this, I wanted to move away from InDesign. I love InDesign, but I find it so cumbersome to use that it gets a bit tricky. So what I ended up doing was to basically use Manus, which is basically Black Chat GPT, and use it to create the focus of what I was trying to do. So in this case here, we have this one, right? It starts with a, blank page, then the Black Metropolis title. Goes here to the big piece of artwork. That's a double page spread, right? Then it goes to the introduction, which is right here. That introduction goes right there. So it's here, that, And turn that off there. Introduction. Then it should go to the preface. Now, the only thing I'm not entirely sure is if that should all come before the contents page. But it's okay. Now, the indicia, whatever they call it, indica, I don't know. We're going to go here to probably this right here. Yep. That's where I think it's going to go. So it goes the inside front cover, first page, inside kind of plate, then the indica or indicia page, then the introduction, then the preface, then the contents page, and then we got chapter 1, right? So these 2 pages here I'm probably going to delete because I don't really need them. Although there's another page I'm going to do like that. So I'm going to get rid of this one here. I think I'm going to get rid of it. Right now, I'll leave it there. But what it is at this point, I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, roughly 14 pages in with, another 4 pages in work process. So that's pretty good. I feel very, very good about that. I think I'm rocking and rolling on that. Okay, we've been going now a little bit over an hour. I've had fun with this. Let's keep going. I'm going to try my best to make 2.5 hours. I may have to take a break to go get some water. I've been a little lax on the water intake lately, which my wife would not be happy to hear. But that is one of the things that I'm doing here. Just checking here on Instagram and Facebook and a hello, that person watching. And then Substack is rocking. LinkedIn, hello. How you guys doing, LinkedIners? You got YouTube. Now, I don't know. It looks like the stream is maybe still holding together. So very, very happy to hear that. So yes, Adobe Express, highly recommended. If you want something that is able to transpose different formats across platforms, Adobe Express is a viable option. It allows you to be able to relatively easily place in elements created in Illustrator or Photoshop, but to have those things integrated with lettering and it's pretty easy to use. It gets a little tricky, but I'm able to produce something that I'm proud of, and that's what it's been. It's no complaints there, no complaints whatsoever. All right, let's go next. That's what I did. Because this is supposed to work like animation. See what I'm saying? So let's see here. This here. Now we need to save this. Now I'm going to go back here. There we go. See? These are all of the images in this. See? Oh, I love that. I think it's awesome. I love that. See, it's supposed to be like animation where I'm further away and closer together. But I have 2 others that are supposed to be, that I got to move up here and get those. And I don't get that stuff straightened out as well. We'll sort it all out. Everything has to be sorted out. But thus far, I think we're shaking and baking. All right, let's minimize this. Okay, so check this out. To this. Remember this? I hate that the audio on this is. Okay, so here's the thing. So what we want to do now is right where that stuff pops off, what we want to do is right there, we want to place in the lettering. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's go here. We're going to go to lettering and type in the word lettering. Yep, there we go. Crapola. Hang on. What do we do here? Let's Photoshop. Export as Ah, that's what happened. Okay, I'm going to show you what's going on here, guys. So then go here. We need to go to Diesel Funk Dispatch page. Where is it? Sorry. I bet, I gotta eventually buy some glasses. All right, so watch this. I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna right click. Let's make sure we got that. Yep, we're good here. I'm gonna right click over this and I'm gonna go move to Hi John Conqueror 1. Okay, so we're there. Now, go back. Right there. And then we're gonna hit lettering again. There we go. We want the one that's JPEG, right? And we're going to drop that in right here. Watch this, guys. And go to DaVinci Resolve. We're going to go here. Where is it? Right here. I'm going to drag and drop this right there. There we go. Take this all the way to the end here. Let me zoom in on this so we don't screw anything up. Right there. So you see that? Now what I can do, if I want to, I can even take this up so it's not that big a deal. Go right here. There we go. Now watch this. Let's do, I'm sorry, I'm going to start over again so you guys can see. All right, goes with the drawing, then it goes with the rendering. So it starts, the first half is just the drawing of the panel. Getting the lighting right, getting all that type of stuff right. I like it. Right? And then we segue to the finished image. So that's it there. But then I want you to soak the artwork up, and then I want you to transition to, see the lettering pop in, darkness sparks the night. Now, so you have this one here, right? So you go here with this part here, the lighting, this is good. So now what we want to do is we want to go back. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. All right, my brother's still sending me music. This is good. All right, we're going to go back here. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Right there. Suddenly a bolt of energy. Yes, I like this. All right, and watch what we're going to do here. We're going to go back to Photoshop. All right, and here. And here's where it's going to get a little interesting. Yes, yes. Watch this. Watch this, guys. You're going to go here. Whoops. Wrong thing. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. We do not want to jump. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Watch this. I'm going to hit Command C. Then hit Command V. Right? Now, I don't want that dialog. What I want is I want this. I want suddenly. A bolt of energy. So let's do it like this. I'm going to go up here. Right there. All right. There we go. So now I can take this, let me zoom in here. Right? So that's an S. What we're going to do here is go to Jungle Queen. Yeah, see? Yes. Look at that. Ah, wow, that is incredible. I love that. Right? So that's pretty good. Let's take this one thing here, though. I want to go to energy, the word energy, and I want to enlarge that. Right now it's at 47.63, but I think I need to put it at maybe a 55. 55. Is that right? No. There we go. Ah, I like that. See? Watch this. So now I can take this down. See that? How that fits there? All right. Suddenly, bolt of energy. See, I love that. See, but right now, see that blue kind of doesn't work. But watch what might work. Double click here. Now we can go to outer glow and we can pick the color we want. Yes. See that? Excuse me. I belched there a little bit. That's pretty gross. Let's go right down here. Make that a little bit. There we go. All right. I like that. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't want it to overpower the actual bolt. Suddenly, a bolt of energy. It's pretty good. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. I like it. This is great. Now, here we go. The moment of truth. Panel 4. Yes. Here's where it really gets interesting. So, an explosive arrival. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go, I'm going to say copy. We're going to do this here. We're going to go Command V. Right? We're going to do that again. Command V. Nope, that didn't work. No worries. We're going to do this. No, we're going to go back to this one because why not? Command C. 4. Command V. All right. All right, watch this. We're now going to go Command A. Whoops. Command D. Sorry, let's select all the font in there. There we go. And we're going to go copy. And we go right here. Bam. An explosive arrival. So here's what I want to do. I want to make the words arrival a little bit bigger. Right now it's at 47. I think I'm going to make this at 58. That's 59. 58. Oops. No. That's what happens when you can't see. 58. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, watch this. I'm going to double click this, and now we're going to go and make this a black. We're going to turn off our outer glow. See? All right. However, this is a little bit thinner, so what I want to do is right click over this and go on a fall bold. See, that's pretty good. I like that. All right, but we need to make this I could either make it smaller or I see what I can do. I could do this. Double click everything. I'm going to click on the kind of paragraph bar, the character bar, and I'm going to just go right. There we go. See? There we go. See, that's pretty good. Makes the world a little bit closer there. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Now here's the only issue with that. When you hit that with a bold, it kind of makes everything chunk up a little bit. Yeah, see, that's maybe I'll leave that there. Perhaps the thing to do is, let's see, let's turn on our outer glow a little bit there. We had that outer glow on before. Okay, yep, that's not working. We're going to go here to white. There we go. Boom. And we want that opacity. It's all the way up, so that's good. All right, cool. I think we can live with that. Yep. Now, I could have made this one line. Let me just try one other thing here, just to be sure. Just to be sure. I'm going to turn this off. Double click this. Click on the end. All right, we're going to move this open here a little bit. Here we go. Now we could do it like that. Now that's something about that kind of works. That kind of works. My only issue with it is that the exclamation point on that is not as prominent as I would like. But let's see one thing here. Let me just do one thing. Okay. We go to Jungle Queen. There we go. Yep. I like it. So which one would I choose? Would I choose this one here? Would I go for this one? Would I go for that one? It's part of me that likes that one. I think that right there kind of works. Yep. I think we'll leave that there. Let's move this over a little bit. We're pretty much in the middle there. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Okay. So we've got these panels here done. So the next thing we're going to do here. Oops. Someone is. Who is this? Oh. Okay. Okay, got some interesting emails coming in right now. And we are live on our different streams. I've been asked, why do I do a live stream? I do a live stream because, again, it keeps me accountable. It allows me to get my work done. It allows me to focus. Allows me to get hard things done, even though there are at least one or two projects that are still outstanding. But yeah, I enjoy it. But this is good, though. I like this. Anyway, so let's try it here. So that's lettering, and go here with lettering. Sport. Well, let's do a save as. Yep. Letter. All right. That's panel 3 of lettering. So we got that. And then we want to go export as a JPEG. And we will make that go all the way up here because we don't want any loss of resolution. Right now it's set automatically to Diesel Funk Dispatch folder. We don't want that. We want to go into the HiJohn folder. All right, now we go here and do this last one. I think I do like this one better than the other. I'm going to do a save as. Yep. Put a lettering behind here. Let's move over here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go to export. There we go. So now I'm going to lay in my last 2 panels, and I would say these sequences here are pretty much done, and I'll get to the other ones tomorrow. Right now I have done enough work on that. I want to get to some other stuff here. Okay, so let's go here, zoom out a little bit. Let's try to get this right on the cue here. All right, so that right there is pretty good. Right about there. And what we want to do here is we want to take that right about there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take here. I'm going to go to the word lettering again. Eventually I'm going to have to folder this up a little bit more efficiently. It's going to go here. All right, bring that all the way up there. All right. Okay. Now let's go here. All right, so check this out. Watch this. Whoops. That should be. Yep, right there. I'm sorry. Watch this, guys. Right there. Yep. All right, now, so that's 2 more episodes. This is 1, 2, maybe 4 episodes done. Again, 5 days a week. If I decide to go 5 days a week, this is what, again, one of these clips will be shown per day. So 1 minute clip, it's short enough for people to look at the artwork being drawn, see the artwork from the panel, to see the lettering in the panel, if there is lettering. Let's see here. Next up will be this. All right, so check it out. So you see that big dun, 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 right? That's pretty good. But here's the problem with that. So we go here. Now we want to enter in the third dialogue, which will be here from this sequence right here. Let's bring that down there. Yep. right there, I think. And then zoom in here and see what do we got going on. Yep, it's a little bit short, but that's okay. Boom. And we can just bring that down. Whoops, wrong one. Right there. Good. Good. Now, here's the thing. I would have to say this lettering here, this works pretty good, but there's a part of me that thinks this movie should end there. And that is 24 seconds in. Hold on, let's see here. Right there. And that is 27.07 seconds in. So let's try it this way. Let's go. You'll see, even though it says 4:27, what that means is in the 4th minute of this is 27 seconds in. So I'm going to go here right now. You can see it's 33 seconds in. So what we want to do here is just reduce that to 27. Right there, 27:07. Okay, good. So you see how that went in. So now what we can do is we can take this here, just like that. Yep. So we shorten that up a bit. And then if I want, oops. Hold on. Right there's what we want. That lettering needs to start right there. I don't care what I feel. That lettering needs to start right there. Yep. So watch this. You'll see how it comes in. Watch this. Sorry about the stuttering. Try one more. Liking it. Now, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Now, just to show you could see here, after that is these are the breakdowns. Remember the breakdowns I did the last few weeks? So these are just put in there as placeholders. So we can see all the ones, you can see all the different title stuff, and it goes on to just before the big shot there. I don't know why I didn't put the shot there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be working into that over the next few days. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I want to tell Afrofuturist stories. That is what I want to do. I want to tell Afrofuturist stories. I don't want the audience to have to wait a year, 2 years to see any more stories. I just want to show them the stories. I want to tell them the stories for free. If y'all want to buy the book from me later on, after everything is done, after everything is assembled, great. But the most important thing for me is to get the damn story done. And that's for all the projects I'm doing. It's graphic history, hip hop, Black Prince, Maddie's Rocket, High John Conqueror, The Comet, all of those things. That's what Tim is trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay? All right. So this has been fun doing it. It is now 6:22. It's pretty good since been working on it since last night, getting this together. Love the way that looks. I hope the music enhances things. The only thing I got to do now is figure out how the heck to render this. That is the issue. But hold on, there's one other thing here. When somebody's sending me a clip here. What is this here? I don't know what's going on there. All right. So I've got that. I feel good about that. You might say, man, where did I get all this music from? There's a software program called... Is it? Nope, that's not it. It is right here. Yes. This is the program. And basically what it does, it allows you to create AI generated music. So here, as you can see here, I have different variations on the same thing here. Ascent to Chaos. Pretty good stuff. All right, so here's the thing though. I had done this one here, which let's go back here. We want to just do a very quick identification. The music here was Accent of Thunder, and this was the last one. Here's what I want to do here. I want to do let's see, we're gonna go back here. Accent of Thunder, this is the one. We move in. All right, watch this. Watch, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to take this here. What is going on with my phone here? Well, actually, hold on. What am I doing? Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to see. Let's go to voice command. All right. Watch this, guys. Ba-no, ba-no, ba-no. Got it? Whoops, we want to get rid of that got it part there. We don't need that. Sorry, that was a mistake with the got it part there. Go right there. Can we edit this? Yes, we can edit. We want to chop off that part right there. Yes. Wait, hang on. Let's see here. We want to edit. Okay, we want to take off. Hang on, let's see what's happening here. Hang on, guys. This is where I screwed up here. I shouldn't have had that part in there. Well, hang on. Let's see what happens. We're going to say done anyway. All right. Now, here's where we're going to go here. We're going to go HJ hum underscore 06. That says 07. 6. All right, we got it. All right, now I'm going to right click over this. I'm going to go to services and I'm going to go show in Finder. There it is. Now, right now it says M4A. We don't want that. We want to go MP3. So we changed that format so it's more friendly. It's the same format. Watch this. We're going to go here. Watch this. So that is now uploading. It says Hidden Hills Parkway, but that's okay. Now, add the following rhythm to the middle and middle towards the climax in massive strings, horns. Let's go bassoon horns. I don't know if that's right. Bassoons. We're going to say a climax in classical orchestral strings and drums. Now, let's see what happens now when we do that. So it's now taking that badly hummed, out of tune stuff that I did. It says the provided audio file, Hidden Hills MP3, features a male voice performing a rhythmic vocalization. The vocalization consists of a repeated pa non-syllable. It's going to say, it's going to give me different versions, right? I want them all. I could do dramatic drum feature with string, but I want to say 4. I want them all. Now, why I'm going to do it, I think the end, when he hits that ground, should be bigger. So it's doing it now. So here we go. So I bought this. This is called Tuni. I never bought it. I subscribe to everything subscription these days. I wonder what happens when folks stop being able to subscribe. What happens then? Anyway, so we're going here. And by the way, when you do this, you end up owning the copyright. You can pay for the license, and it's pretty cool. And, you know, I have ideas about music. What I would like to do, but I can't play a lick of music, even though I'm related to one of the greatest musicians in the world. But I'm able to hum stuff and you can do all that, and it's pretty damn cool. It's I'm now generating an instrumental piece based on your requested orchestral drama and rhythmic motif. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's go see where my stream is. The stream is doing well. Okay, stream is doing it with you. Okay. All right, here we go. It's coming up. It's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Twitch is going well. Kick is going well. Instagram. Hello, King Reese 2. How you doing? Story Mamas. Hi. All right. Facebook is going, I think. Substack. Don't touch Substack. Leave Substack alone. LinkedIn. See that? So while I'm doing all this, you guys can see the desktop going. Yes. All right. And of course, my live streams on YouTube seem to still be alive. Thank you guys so much for being with me tonight. It is now 6:81 Eastern Standard Time. So here we go. Are we ready? So this is where we were before. Now, just to show you, and I'm going to turn the volume up here so maybe you guys can hear this. This is what I played before. Got it? No, not that one. Sorry. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Got it? I didn't want the last part in there, but I couldn't figure out how to take it out. So whatever. So we did it here, okay? So I uploaded that, and it integrated that with this. Got it? Pretty good. Now, let's go here to see what it did. I don't like it. I don't like that. No. It's supposed to be orchestral, man. That was horrible. I do not want a rock riff. It's supposed to be a period piece. It's like when you see these period pieces and they come in with hip hop music. I hate it when they do that because it takes you out of the scene. I'm not looking for rock. I'm looking for like didn't load. Try refreshing. Let's refresh again. Let's refresh again. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Whispers of the Field is acting a little weird there. All right, let's stop that. So we'll go here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, nope, not that one. All right, let's go back here. And we want this one. I think this is the one we just did. Let's see what happens. Because we may have loaded the wrong one in. Yes, this is it. This be it, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go here. Let's see if it loads in. It's acting weird. And this might be the one. Okay, so that one is a little bit too driving, but we're going to save this one. We're going to save this one. Why? Because it's dope. And for some of the action sequences here, we might want to rock with that one. What is, that's so weird. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, let's try this one here. Nope. Too much Pretty cool. Yeah. Ah. Whoa! Rocking. You know, I gotta say, that was incredibly dope. All right, hold on. Let's stop here. No. Stop that. All right, let's go here. Let's see what's happening here. Too much. All right, so we're gonna pause that. So some of this stuff is usable, some of it not. But I think I got something that I can go with, and it was the one there. It was pretty good. I think it was this one. No, it was not that one. But this one I'm definitely going to be using later on. Let's see here. We got to download that. And just download the MP3. Download the wave. Okay, that's good. Pretty driving rhythm there. I love that. Pretty awesome stuff. I think this is the one here. Maybe. right, let's stop this here. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna download that. I'm gonna download here the WAV and the MP3. All right, I think we're done with that now. Anyway, that was fun. That was a fun little diversion. It just goes to show with things like Sora 2 being released today, which is causing all kinds of havoc with privacy and identity issues, which I'm sure will be resolved ultimately, because that's the way it tends to work. Again, never before since the inception of the planet has the ability to tell any story you want to tell existed as dynamically as it exists now. It's just quite incredible. I mean, I don't have the resources to hire an entire orchestra. I don't. I do not. As much as I would love to do it, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it, right? I know people who could do it, but I don't have the resources to get them to do it, right? This allows me to, using my minimal ability to hum, because I have rhythms in my head, melodies in my head that, I don't never learn how to play an instrument, never learn how to play a piano, but I can hum it out, right? And this uses these LLMs to kind of fuse these things to pull something together that, pulls from stuff that already exists, but to create something that's different. And I'm okay with that, because that's, there's no other way for me. Now, some would say, well, if you can't do it, then you shouldn't. No, because that means that I can have to go without, and I won't do that. I'm 59 years old, no more of that. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the work we've got to do. We're going to pull everything together, and we're going to do our work. We're going to feel positive about it, and we're going to get it done. All right, now, I am Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I'm known for doing this particular book here, Infinitum, an Afrofuturist tale, Maddie's Rocket, which is right there. Actually, believe it or not, this version, I'm over at my mom's house, she has the version that was completely printed in-house. So this book here, the prints were done. I did the prints myself. I printed these in-house. And that's what this is. And she, I must have printed up a few hundred. And never forget that, because that may have been the last time I saw Greg Tate, actually. I was on the street because I was selling in front of the Apollo. I love to do it because I would just get my little folding table, take out a box, and I was having to hoard copies because I would sell them to people who were coming off the tourist bus in front of the Apollo. And I remember I think it was the last time I saw him, actually. He bought Maddie's Rocket at the time. Was that the last time? Could have been. Anyway, yep. Pretty interesting scenario we got here. And also the graphic history of hip hop with my good friend and buddy, Dr. Walter Grayson, endowed chair at Macalester College. All right, so let's go here. Let's see what's happened on Facebook. It's been a bit since I've looked here. This has been drawing and doing all this stuff pretty heavy here. Let's go to Tim Fielder. Let's see what's going down here. Let's see here. What is this? That is Barbara Brandon Croft, who I love dearly. Okay, now, so let's do this here. So this thing here is my wife's play called The Popes of Farragut Street. I am showing this because Melanie Maria Goudreau, who is also my wife, is also one of the greatest American playwrights going today. I would consider her a mid-career playwright. And she has been on this serious New Orleans twist lately. And doing this project, doing this cover, where it features a kind of a craze romance, countercultural New Orleans gumbo of drama, and coming back with a really important cast. Returning actor Holly Harper is one of the great comedic talents out there. And just a number of really incredible actors. And they've just started rehearsal over the last 2 weeks. And the play starts goes from November 6th to the 23rd. So I'll be getting in about a few weeks, maybe week and a half before it starts up. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Um, and I had a visual in my head when she told me about it. It's tricky doing images for my wife because she is a taskmaster, and I'm already under enough pressure. So I got to pace myself with this stuff, man. Anyway, looking forward to seeing the Popes of Farragut Street. Also, for those folks who are interested in having daily astrological readings, that's your girl. Melanie has been pretty draconian about doing her daily readings. This was my cousin, our little niece, Isabella, who came in from Louisiana. She hung out. Izzy, you're probably not watching, but if you are watching, remember the world is bigger than Louisiana, dramatically bigger. And there is space for you to operate in New York. There is. There's space for you to operate in large urban centers as an architect. That's where you see many opportunities to build things. You can do stuff in Louisiana too, don't get me wrong, but the world is much bigger than you think. And I would ask you, before you make any sudden moves, to keep it traditional, to consider going countercultural. Just saying. Anyway, love you, dear. All right, so enough of that. I had to take a break here. Boy, this AI imagery is really getting extreme with the kind of sexual stuff here. Just the stuff of the thumbnail is pretty crazy here. Anyway, wow, this is Rob Salkowitz. Thursday, why creator branding matters to the comic book industry. Oh man, creator branding is everything. Everything here. Creator branding is everything. I mean, it is everything. Let me tell you. If you are not into doing personal branding, you are missing the ship. As I told my brother yesterday, the phrase goes, well, hey, man, it's like being on the Titanic. That is actually wrong. That is wrong. The climate we're in is not like being on the Titanic. It is not being on a sinking ship. That is the wrong analogy for what is happening now, technologically and on society. It is like being stuck on the Titanic, frozen in place on an ice planet. So while you're on the Titanic, which is the Titanic, stuck in place, the rest of the world is solid and you can explore the rest of the world. That is the world we're in. The world is open. For all the good and bad that entails, that is the world we're in. And I want to encourage anyone to attack these opportunities and this technology, to use them for your best interest, to get your work out, because now for the first time, you do not need a large studio. You do not need a large publisher. You don't need any of that. You don't even need a large distributor at this point. You just release it on the web. It's incredible. And unlike the last 10 years or before that, the system to monetize within that system now exists. And I would encourage anyone who is a creative type, or even not creative type, probably need to start looking into that. Anyway, enough of that. So I'm going to close this here. I think I've done enough here for the day. I would try to put that music down before, well, should I put that music down now to be done with it? Let's see what happens here. Let's see what, hold on, let's see here, one thing here. Got somebody. Let's see here. I will check in with him here. Okay, I had dinner a little bit earlier. Maybe I'll just have something kind of light. I don't know. We'll see. All right, anyway. I've been very much enjoyed working on High John Conqueror. I will take a moment here to say after this here, what goes on, he lands on the planet. He sees this diamond hooked to his chest. He freaks out over the diamond embedded in his chest. And then he sees this here. Yes. All right, let's go here. Okay, let's zoom in here. There we go. There we go. So we got that. And that is going to go to. So what I'm doing here is just putting down placeholders. Putting down placeholders. So that is 1432, 58, right there. That's where we want it. Okay. Now, very quickly, let's look over this before we move on to either the Comet or Black Prince. Probably Black Prince. So we got that in place. That's pretty good. Now, the next thing up is to do. I was going to go to this flashback. I have this flashback here done. And I like the flashback. Don't get me wrong. I love this flashback. But I think before I do the flashback, I need to build more. Meaning, it's too early to go into distant backstory. I need to go into how he got to this location. And of course, I've done that. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you've done the number of breakdowns I've done. So this is how it starts here. And some of this stuff I can like, if you can look here. So these guys in the ship, this boat, that's pretty good. But see, I now have to add this to the standard kind of horizontal layout. So this right here is a vertical layout, right? We don't want that. We want this to be horizontal. So we could take some of these images and put them in, or we did do some kind of quasi-finished images that would look pretty good. We might, because one of the things I'm interested in doing is not recreating the wheel. That's definitely not trying to recreate the wheel. All right, so we're going to go. And also, you see these things here? How did I come to be in this place? I'm thinking about using these cards. I think these cards are pretty cool. There's just something about it that I like. It harkens to Maddie's Rocket. It does. But I think one of the things that might work is that it might work to use this for the spoken dialogue parts. That'll go to black cards. How did I come to be in this place? That might work. But we will see. We will see. We will see. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Let's go to. We'll go here. We will go. Okay. Now let's close that. Save. All right. Let's go here. Want to make sure 3. Say that I am so happy I did that. I like that. I think that has energy. I think it's fun. I think it's light. And I also think it harkens back to the traditional comic book style of what I want to be able to do. I think it does, but we will see how it all goes. But I think it does, and I like what I have there. All right. So we've kind of got this sort of done. We're not going to worry about this right now. Although I don't have, the good thing is about this, I don't have to redraw these panels. I might recolor them, but I don't have to redraw them. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to, let's see. Let's cancel this. Contents page. I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to close this one here. I'm going to dot save. We're going to go here and hit dot save again because these are good because they like I said, the line artwork is already done. So no, first I was like, oh, I'll redraw. I'm like, nah, man, stop redrawing stuff. You're good. All right, so here, this is good. See, because that's how I use these right here. So there, and boom, he sees the diamond. He tries to pull it off. He looks up. He looks out. He sees this. Now, instead of going from here to there, this is where he asks himself, how did he end up in this place? Right? And this is where we go here. We go to, I don't know, people. I think this one here. Yep, that one. That one is the one I think that we need to do. We need to do this one here. Go right there. And that goes up here. As a matter of fact, let's do this. This is going to be a little weird here. Work with me. Work with, not against. Going to do this here. Actually, hold on. Let me delete both of these. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. Watch what I'm going to do here. Watch what I'm going to do. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this here because I've done these breakdowns before, but I haven't, put them up there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this and that. We're going to go right here. All right, so now we're going to do, I'm going to take this one here, and we're going to take this one here. All right, so what we're doing here, then we're going to put, I think, I'm not sure, maybe, we'll see. I'm going to go here, we're going to move this right here. Now these right here, I'll probably, at least the face there, I'll probably redo. That's okay. That's okay, man. That's okay. Gonna go here. Pop that right there. Now, let's take these three. Command T. All right, so we got here, we're gonna move this down. Right about there. So we want this to be, yep, that's pretty good. Now, the only thing I don't know, I'm not entirely sure of, is whether or not I need to, that's a thought. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But that's the thing is, another thing is just resizing a lot of this stuff here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Because I actually had two of them here. Yep, that was pretty good there. Ah, that's interesting. How about I do this? Not sure if this is going to work, but we're going to see. We're going to see, ladies and germs. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. All right, let's go here. Let's move these guys down here. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, man. Dude. Let's see what happens, dude. Yep, I kind of like that. Kind of like that. We're going to put that right there. And I'll show you what I mean by this. This is just me repurposing some of the content we have here. Do that. And I'll be able to split this up a little bit. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Right there. Great. Let's see. Here. Uh, oh, now this might be interesting. What about this? How about we take, let's see here, we got that. All right, we got this guy here and we got that guy there. What if we take this and move this down here? Yes. So that becomes, we show the full on river. That might be interesting. So it starts off with the river. I don't know. We'll see how I play it out. All right. Now the next one that needs to go up will be, let's see, the next one that goes up will be, all right. So I think I got enough for that. Yep. I think I know which one I got to do. I got to do this one. As much as I would love to have the empty frame of water, it's got to be that one. The reason why it's got to be that one because it shows here the passage of time. So what's happening here is that this one, let's turn on auto select. That goes here. Yep, like so. And then the first one here goes here. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly the way that needs to go. And I will even make this thinner if I have to. Then here, I can do this if I want. And then, let's see here, what other images I have here to work through. Now, before, the way I had done this was I did it like that, where I had this kind of, you know, a plantation or church facade in the middle of nowhere. Let's see here, and I kind of like the guys there, the thingies and the thingies there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yes, there we go. Go here and here. Is that right? Is that right, baby? Yes. Here and here. Okay, so we need to move this one over here. And then we need to move this one over here. All right, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. And of course, much of the dialogue, and like I say, some of the dialogue I'm reusing, which is fine. Now, the only thing I'm not entirely sure of is whether or not I want to go the kind of the double route here. I could, you know what? I could do this. I could do this. I could get rid of that. Hold this one. Hold that one. Move these guys down here, right? And then end with this absolutely awesome shot. I love this shot here, which is this one here. Where is he? Right there. Yes. I think this might be the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Go right there. Right? So this would effectively, yes. So this would be a sort of in the water, close up of my dude, going farther down, then here, stairwell at the base of the Palmetto River. And then the troops come in and then we go here. Right? Yep. I think that would be it. I feel like we have something here that can work. And if it means that I have to go in and add stuff, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that at all. Meaning add more head space, that kind of thing. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind doing that. So let's see here. We're going to go here through here. I'm going to move these guys down. Whoops. Select that one too. We're going to move these guys down. Right about there. Yep. And I'll make this work. I'll make this work. Yeah, there's something about this that I love. I love this. I guess, I've done so much work over the years. It's ridiculous. And after a while, you got to just get to it, man. Get to it and stop screwing around. All right, so we go here. So we know we have these three guys here. What's that, right? 1, 2, 3. Nope. All right, we're going to take that. We're going to delete that one. I'm going to go here through here. I'm going to take this up. Whoops. Right there. Okay, there we go. So we're going to leave these three, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this, click here, I'm going to do Command E. All right, so that will be the page that comes after this. Wait, is that right? No? That comes after this, here. Yep, here, then there, then here. Okay, so it's now going into a flashback, right? All right, so that's good. Now, the thing is the reason why I'm using this, I don't have to rework the wheel. I don't have to recreate the wheel. This stuff is largely already done. I might tweak a few things, take out a few things, or I might just leave it. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. All right, let's check in on Instagram here. Okay, we're going pretty good there. That's going well. LinkedIn is still going, still rocking LinkedIn. Yeah, it is. Cool. Live stream. I mean, YouTube is having a little signal issues there, but it's going. It might be a little weird, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind, man. I don't mind. Okay, cool. And that's because I'm streaming to, God, 8 different channels, multiple Facebook channels. So this is good. High John Conqueror is kind of a retro Afrofuturist story influenced heavily by Blake, Martin Delaney's Blake. Like I said, fusion of Martin Delaney's Blake, H.P. Lovecraft, Robert E. Howard, Conan the Barbarian, and a kind of a real serious pull from Princess of Mars, John Carter. So I wanted to do that with the main character being a Union soldier. I know there was a variant that was created like that not long ago, but it wasn't Afrofuturist, I don't think. Even if it was, it doesn't matter. I want to do my own variation of that because they're going to be flying steam engines because it's a steampunk thing. That's what this is. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, now let's see what else we have here. Make sure we're good there. Okay. Whew. Okay. So we got that. This is good. Now, let's see. Go from here. Let's take a few minutes to go and get this together because why not? Let's see. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I had quite a bit of this done already. It's pretty alarming how much I had done here. Um, hmm. All right, so we had the kind of farmhouse here, right here. And that was pretty big there, like so. We will make that spread across quite a bit there, like so. Right, one big thingy right there. Yep, that's good. And then we had that. All right, now we had two different versions. See this? We had this one here and we had that one there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this one, I'm going to put this one here. Right there. Yep. That's what we're going to do. All right, that's pretty good. I can live with that. Now what that means is if I go back here, the mistake I made was I put the wrong one here, but that's okay. I can do that. I can fix that now. Go here, and we want to grab that one where there's a slight difference in here. There we go. So that's what we wanted right there. And again, many of these files, not many of them, they're all layered. So like I said, it'll probably have to be some recoloring done, but you know, because the way I colored this was supposed to be simpler in terms of the way the color was placed down. And I might do that with some enhancement in the lettering. We'll see how it goes. Again, it was all about keeping things simple. Command E. Okay, there we go. So now that goes. Now this, then that. Yes. Because on this one, it looks a little bit different. All right. And I still got the dialogue there, so that's good. Close is clear, blah, 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 blah. That's good. Let's reduce this down slightly. Okay, cool. So we've got that. Now, the next thing we got, so we got the top two things here. Now what we have here is this part here where, all right, we're going to go here. This is where it gets a little interesting. We have these kind of soldiers here. Go here, two like Confederate soldiers. Boom, bam, and then bam. Yep, I think so. That's the way it's gonna be. Pow, boom, bam. Yep, bam, 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 bam. Boom. Okay. Could put all three there. Let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3. All right. You know what? What we're gonna do here is we're gonna do it like one. Yeah, like that. We could do 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think that kind of works. We'll see how that works. Some of this stuff, like I say, I can tweak here. As a matter of fact, I could probably get rid of that one there. Move this over here. Yep. Yep, so these guys are attacked, right? And killed, obviously. Let's see, to the next thing would be, you know what? I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this one as the one right there. Now, this looks very different because I was experimenting a while ago with this look here, but I want to keep the layout on this. Work that down so that goes right there. Yep, here. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right, let's take that down a little bit there. We're going to go right there. All right, there. we're going to take these two guys here, here, and let's see, here, and here, and hit Command T, and bring those down right there. And what I will do is make sure I fit those guys in there. What these will be are two smaller panels. Yeah, that'll work just fine. So I like that. So the thing, guys there, coast clear. You take out these men, and then the troops move in. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad, man. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Here, here, and here. Yes. Here. Command E. Let's check it out. Yes. All right. So we go from here. You see that? How did I come to be in such a godforsaken place? Boom. You're here, river. Soldiers moving down the river in Texas at the end of the Civil War. They come to a kind of a bank, a beach head, and they climb up the hills, and then the sergeant is on the crevice here looking over with his binoculars. Then they see a house. Then they said the coast is clear. Then they move in, and they attack these soldiers on there, and then the entire troop moves in. And then we go here to this part here. This is where things start getting really weird. Like really, really weird. Let's see here. Now we want to go. Do we want to go here? No. Go here. Well, yes, here. Doorknob there. Go. Okay, we go here. Yep, I like that. Yep. Let's see here. And it goes here. It goes here. All right, there we go. Right there. Yep. Some of the stuff I'll have to redraw, some not. All right, so we go here. Yes, here we go. It's lock, Captain. There we go. Yes. It's lock, Captain. Boom. And then here. We go right here. Bam. Whoops. It's already there. Go here. Oh, what is that? Ah, I see what's happening. Go here. And the shadow comes up. Right? Oh, man. I did so much work on this thing. This is freaking ridiculous. Can we just publish this time? Stop goofing off. Hey, guys. Hey. We'll get to all this other stuff in a bit. All right. Let's see here. There we go. This is the one I was looking for. That one there. That one there. Right here. Stand aside. That's pretty good. Pretty dramatic shot there. Okay. So we got that. And now go here all the way to here. Yep. All the way to here. And E. Whoops. Whoa. What happened there? Okay. Okay, there we go. That was weird. E. There we go. Command T. So we can shift a lot of these around. We can make these guys here work. you know, by just, you know, changing the composition up a little bit. Not too much, but enough. Enough to be able to make some stuff happen. So we got that. And the reason why I'm doing these is because obviously these have been kind of repurposed. I'm just going to repurpose them to go here. Yep. So this one goes above here. So again, that cut. Then here, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, bam. Yep. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And here, okay, that's good. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting how we got this set up here. Very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. Let's see here. Then we got that one there. Okay, stand aside. All right, now we have quite a bit. I've done literally almost 80 pages of breakdowns on this stuff, so I will be using pretty much all of this stuff to expand the storyline. I'll go here. Now, I could go to a flashback at that moment, but I think what I need to do is push on through to the story. So here, you can see here, these are actual older versions of that type of stuff, but I think what I want to do here, let's go here. Yes, that is the one. This is the one. This here is the one. We want to go with these, man. We want to go with these. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to take here. Okay, great. Fantastical. I'm going to rasterize that. I'm going to rasterize that layer, baby. Gonna rasterize that sucker. Gonna rasterize that sucker. Sucker. All right, let's see what we got going here. All righty. Still going here. Kick is going. Twitch is going. Evil X Juggernaut. How you doing, man? My good brother Ed. How's Ed going? How you doing, Ed? Let's go in here. Former student. Grown man doing his thing. Facebook is going. Substack is going. LinkedIn is going. Okay? LinkedIn is going. How long have I been going today? Oh man, I don't even know. Well, let's go here. 2 hours and 35 minutes. I think today I'll take it to 3. So another 24 minutes, I can do that. All right. So YouTube is still rocking. YouTube is a rockingeth. I'm going to check in on that TikTok setup there. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. We will see what we can do. All right. Let's take this here and zoom out just a smidgen. And take here, we're gonna go here. What I'm doing here is getting rid of this, since these breakdowns are already done. And I can just use the same, I could use the same layout, but just, just the compositions are there. Boom. Okay. Mandy. All right, and that's one here. There we go. Okay, Command U. What we're going to do here is we're going to, whoopsie daisy. Command L. Yes, levels. That's what we're looking for. Oh, no. Desaturate is what we want. Command U. There we go right there. Let's desaturate. Good. Now we go to Command L. And we want to darken that up Just like that. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Stand aside. Boom. And break in. Like so. Right. Then we go here. Right. Oops. Okay. Take this one here. I'm gonna move that right. Whoops. Okay, go on. Right, now we're gonna go here. All right, now Command D. Take this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. All right, that looks pretty good. I like that. That looks pretty dadgum good there. Let's take this right here up a little bit. All right, Command T. All right. This is good. So now we're going to take this guy here. Oops. D. Now here's where it gets a little interesting. We want him to kick the door down, which we have this shot here, right off in here. This one and this one. Now, what I don't know is whether or not I do the flashback before, but maybe that might be time to do the flashback before. Yeah, that might work. We will see. Go here. Yes, that is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. At all. That is not bad at all. Okay, here. All right, we got to bring this guy here in here. See, Command T. Oh boy. Woo. That hit me a little hard. That was a big yawn. All right, let's go here. There we go. We need to push that up. Okay. Right there. Yes. Now, hit enter. And you take these two guys here, make them a little bit bigger. Right there. There we go. There we go. So now I can shift these two. Let me merge these two guys here. That's actually good there, and that's good there. So that will be 3 shots. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Now we're going to merge these guys together. Command E. Okay, so let's get a quick review. Alien landscape. On the water with the troops going down the river. Coming up to the beachhead, looking over. See a house, looking at. Take out the Confederate troops on the porch. Then they storm the house. They come to the outside of the house to open it up. It's locked. Dude kicks it in. Now, Here's the thing I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about going from here to now go to the flashback. Yes, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Yep, might do that. That might be the way to do it. And then go back all the way. Go back to the flashback when the kids, then go all the way here. Yes. That is what I think I'm going to do. Because this flashback here only lasts about another page. Maybe 2 pages. Well, about 2 pages at last. 3 maximum. And that's okay. I don't mind doing that. All right. So where are we now? We're at 243. No, what am I saying? 200 is 2 hours and 43 minutes. Been streaming today. I was speaking with another one of my former students, Naeem. Well, I won't say it's the last name. I don't want to disrupt his privacy, but Naeem, who's actually been very successful streamer, I consider him, has been advising me on how to do this stuff. And I was like, look, man, how long am I supposed to be streaming? Am I supposed to be streaming for 2 hours? 3 hours? I know an hour is a little bit short. 2 hours is about right. 3 hours is a little bit long. 4 hours is really long because most people don't have the time to sit up and watch something for 4 hours, particularly if I'm just sitting here not talking. But, I talk. Also, I would say that, what would I say? I would say that, I need to get to it, I need to get to it. I want to be known as an Afrofuturist, visual Afrofuturist that put out Afrofuturist stories. I do not want my legacy to be about waiting to get a book deal. I have 2 book deals. I'm very proud of those book deals. I'll finish those books, and when those books are done, we'll keep it moving. But I don't want my output to any longer be held at bay by, am I getting a deal from the industry? I would love to do, don't get me wrong. I love having a deal from the industry. I want to be able to continue doing that. But I think it's important that I get my stories out because none of those people care about my bibliography. I care about my bibliography. And it is completely up to me to fulfill my bibliography. It's no one else's fault if I don't do it. It's totally and completely up to me. That is a fact. Okay, 7:35 Eastern Standard Time. Said I was going to go to. Said I was going to go to 8 and to do this. Let's see here. Yep, 2 hours and 43 minutes. I've been rocking here. It's now 7:35. You never know. Even though I could go for just three solid hours, I could go for 25 minutes and take it to an even 3. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that, man. Maybe I'll do that. All right, LinkedIn is rocking. LinkedIn is still rocking. I'm so happy you guys are rocking with me. Rocking with a brother. Rocking with a brother. Thank you so much for rocking with a brother. All right, I need to take a quick bathroom break because I think when I come back, I'm going to come back and work on the comment. So just hang tough with me here for a second, and I'll be right back because the 59-year-old bladder ain't what it used to be. All right, guys, I'm back. Had to take a break, but also have a coffee break coming up. I had quit coffee for a little bit, but now I'm back on it. That's what happens with caffeine addiction. So one thing I do want to show you, because I'm always working on different projects. I think it's important. I'll get up in a moment here and finish up my coffee here. But let's see if I can send this. I should be able to send this to you guys. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, should be able to send it. Let's go here to this. And we're going to select. So I went to the Decatur Book Festival the other day, which was very, very cool. And what I ended up doing there was afterwards, I ended up working on, I always end up doing portraits or something like that. It's always fun to do that. And what I ended up doing was an image of this guy, Caleb Ralston, who I've been following. It's not the greatest portrait in the world, but, like I say, it was fun to do. And when I'm mobile, I'm generally doing work that is out in the street, and I'm doing work with my iPad. I find the iPad works well, particularly in mobile situations when you need to, be able to get around and be able to be stealth. It's pretty cool to be able to have that. And the two people, so we're gonna go here. Can we do that? Yes. And the way I have him drawn here looks pretty creepy, actually. I don't know. What do I know? Let's see here. Let's go here. Yes. Yes. I'm going to pop this in here. And maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll soften it up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do all this stuff here. It's all mobile. It's all Procreate. We'll say I had rocks and rolls. All untitled. Hang on. Oh man, I've done so many graphics over months. It's been a pretty interesting four months. I can say I've kind of done 4 months of continuous work. It's been pretty awesome here. I don't want downloads. I want that to go into Dieselfunk Dispatch. Right there. Okay, now we'll go here. Let's see here. Let's see here. There we go. So this guy, I'm going to go C. Ralston. Okay, we got that one. And then we need to do an MP4. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll keep that the way it is. We'll see how it goes. But I was eating a burger while I was drawing, because I felt like, I'm sitting here, chilling, why don't I take the time to just work something up here. Let's go unlettered, say un. So the two people I have to do, like I said, I've been studying Caleb Ralston, who released a 6-hour breakdown of how to do social media branding. 6 hours on YouTube. completely for free, something that you would have to pay $10,000 for easily. And he released it for free. And I thought it was not insane, but pretty ballsy, pretty gutsy for him to do that. And I thought to myself, I'll try to pay attention to it. But also, so I've been looking at him. I'd drawn Gary Vaynerchuk for while back. But I think the one I want to do here is Ralston next time. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to move this over here. There we go. Should be okay there, right? All right. C. Ralston Hannum. Okay, I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to see. I'm going to go. Oh, whoops. Ralston. There it is. So we got this here. This is what we have. And that looks interesting, but I think at the time I was really tired or whatever. I'm looking at this and he looks much younger. I don't know. Maybe I need to redo that. Or I might go through and just soften it up, maybe because I was eating and drawing at the same time. I really was not paying enough attention. So maybe I need to go through this and just soften it up a little bit. Also, guys, take care of your eyes. It really helps when you're not blind. Really helps when you're not blind. That's what I can tell you. But this is gonna be this week's Diesel Funk Dispatch, because I do one every week. Keeps me fresh, as I say. I don't get tired doing them. That's what it. Okay, so we got that on desktop. We're gonna drag and drop that right there. See if we can move it here. See if we can move it in here. Okay, right. There we go. All right. So he's in there. And the other person who I did, who I don't follow as much, but it's hard to miss him because he seems like he's everywhere, that Caleb Ralston is apparently involved with, was Hormozi, the Hormozi guy. Alex Hormozi. Hormozi? Hormozi? No. Let's go this. Let's do it this way. Hormozi? Hormozi. Hormozi. There we go. I'd drawn him before. There we go, right there. So what I had done here was this, and I'll show you these you guys this in just a second here. So that's in there, that's good. Now what I had done was I did two drawings that I think that are important for what I'm doing. So it's this one here, Caleb Ralston. Of course, I probably think I need to go through here and just tighten that up a little bit, but we'll see. If I do, I'll go back to this. If I don't feel as comfortable with this illustration here, I think I need to go through and soften it up. But if I go with it, like I said, I'll have to spend another 15, 20 minutes or just soften it up, because this guy's young. He doesn't look a day older than 36, 37. Maybe he is 40. I don't think he's 40 yet. He might be 40. I don't know. But whatever it is, I recorded it. I recorded the drawing. So that was cool. But what I've got to do here is find the drawing. First of all, let's go Ralston. There it is. So the Caleb Ralston image was like this. I'll do this one here. There we go. I mean, there's something about it that has some character, but he just looks about 20 years older than he actually is. And it's fun to do. This one as well. I like doing portraits because they force me to get better, or they force me to course correct. When I'm doing a bad portrait, it's bad. When I'm doing a bad portrait, I got a 1 minute and 48 seconds before this drawing finishes. So let me go put some half and half on the coffee here. I'll be right back. Just need to do this. Need to do this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't want the coffee to get cold. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. There we go. All right. Here we go. Ah, yes. Okay. Yep. There we go. Yep. Yeah, I got to adjust a few things on that. Caffeine. Gotta love it. That caffeine, baby. That caffeine, nothing like it. All right, let's see here. So that's it. And I know his favorite color is green, but I don't know if I want to release this one. I have to see. Maybe what I would look at this here, what it really needs more than anything is to be softened tremendously. So yes. So I did that one, but I also did this one here a while ago that I posted it, and obviously, my stuff rarely gets tractions. Horror Mosey. But what happens is, and this is just my opinion, um, the way I look at this stuff is that I'm not necessarily, while I would love to get noticed for the work I'm doing, I would love that. I really, really would love that. What I have to do is be understanding and clear that that might not come. You know what I mean? That can't be the driving factor behind what I'm doing. It has to be something else. And for me right now, that driving force is to be able to do the work. Just to be able to do the work. If I could just do the work, I gotta say the other stuff isn't as important. It's not as important. I mean, it's important, but it's not as important because you're not doing you're not doing you're not expending your energy over something that moves you. And I'm fortunate that I can do work that moves me. Very fortunate. It's how I make my living doing that. And I want to be able to continue that. I don't know why I can't find this guy's portrait anymore. I'm sure it's on here somewhere, money penny. But let's see here. Let's go here and look again. Yep, it's definitely not there. All right, so do you hear? There it is. There it is. Right there, 253. So I'm going to move this to Diesel Funk Dispatch. That's the reason, because it's renamed C4C Auto Resolve. So we can call this C4C. There it is. There it is. There it is. And this dude had made like $100 million or something insane like that. It's pretty incredible, pretty insane. Let's see here. I'm gonna double click that. And this guy's ridiculously muscular, which was pretty crazy here. And you can see here it's a still image. Whoops. Still image. But what I had done was I had done a portrait. Any rate, I'll pull it up eventually. But right now, that's what I'm working on. So I may do Caleb Ralston this week. I may do Alex Hormozi. We'll see. Not that I think these guys would ever pay attention to me. It's more that it's keeping my mind in the right space of paying attention to them. Does that make sense? It's like I have to be comfortable with, well, I don't have to be satisfied with where I am, but I do have to be comfortable with where I am. Difference being, you never want to be satisfied with where you are. You want to be constantly trying to improve. This is not to be dissatisfied. You want to be constantly improving, right? So I'm never completely satisfied, right? But I don't mind being content, right? Like I'm content now. My wife and I are content where we are. We want things to be better. We want things to be better financially. You know, we're constantly working on our marriage. We definitely have to say that. Trying to always get better towards one another, treat each other nice. You know, treat each other with respect because she really is my buddy, and I'm her buddy. You know, I had to learn to be a buddy. That's what it is. Okay, who is this calling me here? Let's see who this is. Let's see here. Who's calling me here? Somebody's calling me. Let's see here. Who is this calling me? Somebody's calling me. Who is calling me here?
Hey man,
Hello, welcome to the stream.
yes.
How's it going, man?
About to do this thing with Benji.
Okay, cool. Should I join in on that?
That is a possibility, but you know, because of the
Right,
document, we may not be able to do that. Right?
right. Do you want me to join in or what?
Yeah, it would be great if you could, but I know you're streaming, so we
Well, I'm
can't do
going to
it.
be shutting down in the next 4 minutes.
All right, so just log on in 4 minutes.
Okay. All right. With that, let me shut down and I'll be on in just a minute.
All right, bro.
All right.
One thing I'm going to talk to Benji about is looking into the possibility of
Well,
doing.
let me shut down and we'll discuss it. I'll call you right back. Are you going to be meeting on Zoom?
No, we're doing FaceTime.
All right, cool, cool. All right, see you in a minute.
But I want to say I want to talk to you at some point about maybe using uh, your illustrations for the video instead of just this canned video.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. Anyway, I'll call you back in 3 minutes.
Okay, man.
All right. All right, guys. So, I'm doing this for my living. This is how I make my living. What a miracle. What a tremendous, tremendous gift. I, I never thought. I mean, I made my living doing my work. I've been an artist most of my life, been a starving artist for a significant portion of that time. But I've always gotten by as an artist. But particularly since just before I made the transition to focusing on Maddie, that's when things changed for me. You know, it was a lot of, I was still teaching, but eventually the teaching had to drop away because I couldn't do teach and do this work. And now it's the work in the social media branding. And I am so grateful to be doing this. What an absolute miracle to be able to do this kind of work, to be able to enjoy and know that what I'm doing is absolutely something that it gives me pleasure, it gives me joy, it gives me the ability to be able to um, focus and to give fulfillment to my loved ones. Not to the extent that I would like. I mean, still a work in progress. Don't get me wrong, but I love it, and I love the idea of what I'm doing. At any rate, it is now 7:58, 59. I'm sorry. That's kind of we'll go to the main talk there. 7:59. I want to thank you guys for joining in with me again for another Diesel Funk Dispatch Monday's episode. I will be back. Guess what? Tomorrow. See you then. I think my parents will probably be here. My dad will be up front watching Family Feud. Take care. Be loving and kind to one another. And remember, like with Sora 2 and Toonie and Nano Banana and VizCom and Photoshop Firefly and Chat GPT and Manus and DeepSeek and all the rest of them. It's not fair. It's physics. So get with it. Peace. Stay out of trouble. See you tomorrow.